Welcome once again to another Buy the Dips, Sell the Rips video. And boy, are we cooking like crazy. Just recently, a couple weeks ago, I gave you guys a 40x, and we're actually going to start and kick that off with that 40x White Whale. And right now, White Whale is currently right now on a little bit of a retracement. It already hit 200 mil. If you've been watching these videos, if you're on the Discord, you guys already know we be cooking like crazy. We dropped this at 4 million, ran up to $200 million with a 40x plus. So we love it. It's in a retracement. So what are we looking for White Whale to do? How high can it go? Let's go ahead and dive into the chart. So right now, currently, White Whale had a nice retracement down to 160 mil. It got a little bit of a bounce, and it's looking to go test up new highs about maybe 300 mil, 400, 500 mil. How high this is going to go, we currently don't know, but the structure and the chart is telling us that this is very, very bullish. So what am I looking for an entry here? I'm kind of hoping two things actually play out. Number one, I'm already in since 4 mil, so I wish it just keeps going up. But for you guys that are like maybe on the fence, haven't picked it up, you're like, man, this is a pretty high market cap. I'm looking for something like around that 160 range. I think anything on that 160 range, maybe it comes back down here and it gives us a retest on this wall, or potentially we get this 145, which would be the best entry currently right now, because if it does come down to this 145, I think we're going to see a ton of support here around this 145, where we could potentially see the bounce up to 300 mil. So that would give you a nice juicy 2x, but I need that to retrace down below 150. So kind of right there, if you're looking for an entry, like maybe I'm going to see if I can scalpel it a little bit, get a little bit of percent. You're going to wait for that 160 dip and just ride it a little bit, see how high it goes. But I think we do get that 145 mil or 150 mil range entry. And I feel like that would be like the ideal place to actually stack up a little bit and ride it up if it's going to go to 300. I'm hoping we don't come down further than this and it just keeps going up, and we actually maybe might hit a build with this one. It's just like the structure on this one, the FOMO, the narrative is so strong. If you guys are locked in and you guys are watching these videos, remember these videos get posted early on our Discord server. So if you're not there, Boltz.fun, link down below. Plus, in addition to that, whenever we spot something early and we can't make a video about it, we put it there as well. So make sure you guys stop by and hang out on that one. But White Whale looks really, really solid here. 160, 145. That is like the best entry around that zone. If you can't get in that zone, then you know, just put a little bit, see what happens, write it up. All right, the next one we have, guys, is another one that we've given you guys really, really, really early, and that is AVICI. We've been telling you about this coin, guys, ever since it had this crazy retracement down to 30 mil here, 29 mil, already 2x from our position. But I think we're not completely over here. I think we're still going to keep going up. And what I'm looking at here is, as we saw, it kind of hit that 60. People sold on that 2x. They're like, okay, well, let me take a little bit of profit. I'm looking for a retracement somewhere around here, 50, okay? I'm looking for a 50 retracement coming down here, and I'm expecting a bounce out of this one. I don't think we go any lower. If the possibility we go lower, it's going to be like this 40, 40, 43 mil range. I doubt that we come down this slope. The lowest I think this actually comes down to 50, and then we get another additional bounce if we don't get the bounce already. And the next spot we're actually looking to actually cross here is we're looking to cross this, kind of like 75, 80 mil range. So theoretically speaking, if we were to come down to 50, you'll still be able to get like a nice, 60%. And I still think you'll be able to snap a nice little 2x from here and move on. Or if you want to keep riding this one, I think this is not. I think this is pretty low. I think it goes a little bit higher than this. My target on this one is about 300 mil, 300, 500 mil. Once again, not financial advice, but that's just what I think it could potentially do on a normal market. If the market starts heating up and gets really, really crazy, we might see this one kind of run and hit up like, 800 mil to 1 bill. So do keep that in mind, but not financial advice. Always things that I recommend is make sure you guys take profit, okay? With that being said, let's move on to the next one. We have FWOG, and I've been telling you about FWOG forever and ever and ever and ever, okay? Right now, this would have been the best entry, this 9 mil, 8 mil entry. You probably missed it. It ran up to 16, kind of potentially going on a kind of nice, beautiful 2x run here if it goes from 9 to 20. But right now it's kind of just chilling there on that 60 mil range, and came down to 13. What I'm looking for this one, guys, I think anything that you're able to buy below 20 mil should put you in a pretty good position. But the best entry for this one I'm looking here is 13. I mean, I wish I could tell you guys, what's going to come back down to 8. This would where you would want to allocate. I think this is going to go on a pretty crazy run, just because I feel like we're going to get into a little right now, like the meta in meme coins. It's a little bit like choppy because it's all over the place. We have whale meta, we have private part meta, we have all sorts of weird meta going around. But I think eventually we're going to get into a nice little season where we're going to get a artist meta. And once that artist meta kicks in, I personally feel this is going to be the main runner for that particular meta. We're not in there yet, but we just want to position ourselves accordingly. So when we get into that meta, we multiply our X's exponentially, right? So I think right now, 13 mil would be a nice little entry. Ideally, you want to get it, like at 9 or below 10. But I'm just going to put the hot zone right there in case it does come down and something happens and we get that dip. I want you to be paying attention to this one closely, because that would be where you want to be. Now, how high do I think this goes? I think this could theoretically run up to all-time high, even higher than that. All-time high was 110 on this one, I believe. Or no, I think it was like 800. Oh, yeah, it's all the way up here, yeah. It almost hit a mil. So a bill, I'm sorry, a bill, not a mil, a bill. So I think eventually this will get a nice little run up, and we should see a nice spike. Does it get crimed like Pippin? I have no idea, man, but we'll see what happens. The next one we have, guys, is another one I've been mentioning quite a lot, which is cards. Kind of gave you cards down here at 8 mil as well. Right now it's sitting at 15 mil. It had a nice little run up here. If you got into this 8 mil entry, you're already 2x, so you guys should be perfectly fine riding it out. But I still think cards could potentially still going up. And the reason that is because they currently introduced two brand new cards into their algorithm. And now people are able to trade those type of cards within their algorithm. That hasn't really spiked up as far as, the overall vibe and meta and, just hype around it. But I think it would give us a nice little spike here. Currently now sitting at 15 mil. I would wait for a retracement down here to 12, 10. And that's kind of like where I'm looking to add, get into cards here. Right now it's at 15. It's a little bit kind of tough to tell you guys to get into here, but I want you guys to keep an eye on it, because this could do pretty well, okay? Another coin that I mentioned quite often is Swarm, and I've been telling you guys, listen, guys, Swarm's going to do its thing. Just give it some time. We're going to get into AI meta pretty soon, especially right now with the whole vibe coding thing. I think we're going to see Swarm, Grafane, we're going to see Goatsy kind of interact with each other. That's what I'm kind of expecting. And, once we get into that AGI meta, then I think these are going to kind of start moving up a little bit. Ideally, 12 mil would have been perfect entry here. Of course, this would have been the best one, which is 10 mil, which is, I gave you this one, but if you guys missed it, GG's, you would have 2x. But I still think 15, it looks like it's holding nicely around this 14 mil range. Beautiful zone here, beautiful chart. I think we hold this zone for quite a long time, and then it starts moving up. But I'm going to say 14 mil would be the best entry currently right now, just because the chart's kind of sustaining that. But if you see a 12 mil entry, that would be another position to actually add up there and kind of just ride this one. I think it starts moving pretty soon. The next one we have is MOBY. Now, MOBY, the reason I'm mentioning this one is because it's kind of gone as low as I possibly think it could probably go. Ideally, what you're looking for, you wish you would have gotten here. This 4.3 is kind of like a gift. It's just like these are like very slow cooks where it's like it's going to take its while for it actually to move up. So you're probably going to be in this coin for quite a long time. It's not going to be something that's just going to overnight. You're going to wake up and it's going to fly like White Whale did. But it's a really good RI, RR, when you are able to get into the coin, you get into the bottom and just kind of ride it up. Eventually, I think it should theoretically give you a nice little 2x. It's just that the wait might be a little bit longer. Right now, it's at 5 mil. It's not a bad entry. Okay, 5 mil is not a bad entry because you could theoretically throw in some dust there, throw like 1 Solana, and be like, okay, well, it comes down to 4.3 mil or 4.5. I'll just add another 2 Solana or 3 Solana and kind of just bring my average cost down to 4.3. And then I have 4 Solana in the game, 5 Solana, 10 Solana, whatever amount you want to put in there, and just write it out as it gets out of there, because we might not see 4. It might just stay here at 5. So it's one of these coins where you kind of just want to play third thought with it and kind of play it out. but I think it'll give you a nice little 2x if you play it smartly. The next one we have, and this one unfortunately already started moving. It had its dip to 7 mil, which is SPSC. And this one I've been mentioning to you guys below 2 mil, giving you guys entries on this one. So you theoretically should have already made a lot of profit on this one. But if you're still silent and looking at it from the fence, right now is not a time. I'm not going to tell you guys to go buy it right now. I just wanted you to keep track of it, okay? And the reason I mentioned this is because I think the coin's going to do pretty solid. It probably will break all-time high, which is roughly, let me see, I need to put my labels here. 17 mil. So 17 mil, I think it gets to 20. It kind of plays around with 20 a little bit. We kind of see it going higher. But I feel uncomfortable telling you guys picking this up at 10, 11, just because I feel like right now it might come down a little bit again. So I'm kind of looking at that range. So that 7.6 range, if it does come back and it touches that range, that would be a nice little entry. Or anything below 10 mil, I think gives you a nice little segue position where you're like, okay, let me see where this goes. Let me see if I could probably get a nice little 2x out of this play. The next one we have is OneCoin, which is the other one I mentioned. And once again, it's already running up from me making this video. It came back down to 11. I was kind of expecting it to come down to 8. That was like, like my target's like, okay, 8, I could probably add a little bit more. But it had a very nice little bounce here at 11 and 10, which I think potentially is going to kind of come back here and kind of test this around this 30 mil range. I still think very highly that this is going to break all-time high. Let's put our labels here. The all-time high on this one's like 48 mil, okay? I think it's going to go flirt with 50 mil. So potentially from 15, if you ride this over down to, to 50 or 30, that's still a 2x. Nice little play here. But I think the chart's going to be kind of teasing you, right? It's going to be like, yo, I'm going up. No, I'm going down. Yo, I'm going up. No, I'm going down. But potentially, I think eventually it will break that 50 mil range. But if you're just looking for a nice little clean 2x here, 30 mil ride from 15 is easy. It could probably come down to 10 or come down here to 8. So just keep that in mind if you just kind of just want to set up an alert. Now, remember, guys, every single day we give you guys a 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, 10x, 20x, 30x sometimes, okay? And that's over on Boltz Alpha Discord down below. Come enjoy, jump in the fun, and start making money. Not only just money, but life-changing money. Thank you guys for watching today. I'll see you guys on the next video. And have a wonderful rest of the week. And buy the dips. We're going to sell those rips and make some life-changing gains. Thank you guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one.